What's going on, y'all? This is K&E Worldwide, and we actually want to talk to y'all about this topic that
Great topic.
Yeah, we've been talking about this for a little while, and we get a lot of questions about what it's like overseas in regards to like meeting women and whether you should travel to meet overseas to meet women. And there's, mostly I would say there's a lot of misconceptions, a lot. Yeah. Especially when some guys have approached us, like I'm gonna use an example. I won't throw his name out there, but he came up to me and he was like, "Oh, I like it better how it is in Colombia, where the women just approach you." And I was like, "Women don't just approach you in Colombia or any like Hispanic country that we've been to.
Yeah,
they don't just approach you unless they're prostitutes. And if someone just randomly approaches you in the street, trying to offer you services and stuff like this, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
So the women, like when you go overseas, it's not just like, oh well, they're gonna be attracted to me because I'm an American, I'm a gringo, this and that. That's totally wrong. Yes, you're gonna be intriguing because you're foreign. You look different, that's for sure, and that's a plus. But it's just like anywhere you go, when you're a foreigner, you're gonna look different. You're gonna stand out more than you would in your own home country.
Exactly.
So, I just want to let y'all know that it's not like something that you just step, for example, you step in Brazil and all of a sudden all the girls will throw themselves at you. No, not unless you are, built a certain way, look different. You have to be, like, in my opinion, you have to be attractive. You can't just expect to go somewhere and not offer any type of value. Now, if you want to come and, be this guy who is, going to spend a lot of money, going to try to meet girls that are interested in your money, there's obviously a place for that. But you can meet the same type of girls in America or in Europe who are all about the money.
Exactly.
So it really makes no difference. I would say it's probably cheaper in the third world, but like you're trading cheapness for safety and a bunch of other stuff. You can get a lot in your own place. So it's just like, I don't know, this is my opinion, but I wouldn't travel to another country just to, pay my way and try to use my money as a flex, because I know that's not gonna really attract the type of woman that you want. Somebody who's really into you. What you think?
Yeah, like Kevin said, it's a lot of misconceptions. So I know it's a lot of you boys out there that see us overseas or you see other dudes overseas and you're like, dang, it must be easy. Like, I can just show up and I'm American and I'm gonna get girls. I'm gonna let you guys know, it's not like you have a passport sticking on your forehead and girls are attracted to it.
They always say that.
It don't make sense, because it's like, all right, that passport is not valuable to them because the only way they can really reap the benefits is if you marry them. And I'm pretty sure you're not gonna go get married. So when you go to these other countries, keep in mind that in order to get a female, you are gonna have to still be attractive. Like we're saying, they don't care. Like a bozo can go to America, you might see them getting girls, but that's gonna be paid girls. That's not gonna be girls that are naturally attracted to them.
Generally.
Now, we are gonna break down in this video some things that you guys should be aware of if you're looking to go that route to get women, overseas, not in America. We're not saying it's a bad thing, because we are going to follow this video up with the benefits of it, because there are a lot of benefits. Honestly, my whole squad right now, I only got 2 girls that are in America. The rest is scattered across the world. I love females from the other countries, and that's because they provide a lot of value. They're more feminine, this, that, and the third, and we really gonna break that down. But the first thing we're gonna say is you have to keep in mind when you go to these other countries, they don't really care if you're American. That's the common misconception. They really don't care. They'll care if you look different, but they don't really care if you're American. You could be from somewhere else.
Right, exactly. So do you look American? Or do you visually look appealing to them? You know what I mean? That's always a big thing. Another thing that I was going to mention was like when Eric was talking about feminine and being, overseas. So I don't know if y'all know, but like girls approaching guys, that's really not that feminine. So imagine you're going overseas, they're more traditional typically. So they're not gonna approach, if you're looking for like that more feminine vibe, just think about it. Femininity, like that's not about like approaching guys and being, catcalling.
Now they will choose you though.
Yeah, choose it, exactly.
They will look at you.
They will look at you, right.
Definitely do that. And majority of the time, what Kevin's saying, they're not gonna come up to you is because they're probably scared.
Scared,
the language barrier, and you're just nobody that they know. It's the American girls that's gonna come up to you.
Yeah, that's true. Exactly. There's no comparison with that. For sure. An American girl more likely to come up to you and start a conversation if she's interested in you, this and that. But I will say this though, what I love about foreign, and I'm gonna talk about this in the next video, and I think you guys will as well, is that they're very receptive if you're nice. You come off as a good normal person. Like they're gonna talk to you. They're okay with you coming up, starting a conversation, this and that. Most of the time, people are receptive to that. But if you come like off like these girls are gonna be crazy over me, this and that. I haven't seen that happen with many guys that have gone overseas. They end up hitting me up like, yo, where's the whole house? Where's the where the hoes? Where the toots at? Because the regular girls, it's not a walk in the park like people think.
Exactly.
It's like you see one thing, in Cartagena, Medellin, like a lot of those girls are not like average girls, they're prostitutes. So if you want a normal girl who's not working, it's gonna take time, and you're gonna honestly have to probably try to learn the language because that language barrier is tough. Eric, is a master, so a lot of girls already choose him, already want him, so it's a little bit easier, a lot easier for a guy like Eric. But for most guys, you're gonna have to put in some type of work, and you gotta read signals well, because this is my firm belief. Like most of the time, if a girl's interested in you, she's gonna demonstrate it in a variety of ways. That's another video as well. Choosing signals, this and that. I rather
with the hair,
exactly
around, eye contact.
When you speak to her, how is she responding to how your advance or anything? It's all shows when in these nonverbal cues. So take that into account. This plays a role in America, and it plays the same role overseas.
Yeah.
So we want y'all to know, like, we want you to travel to see the world. And trust me, there's a lot of different culture and women all over the world. But like, don't go there expecting, it's gonna be a walk in the park.
Yeah. Now I will say this, being American does have its advantages, because when I first went to Finland, and I was hooping over there, for those of you who don't know, I played overseas, I played in Spain, I played in Finland. When I first went to Finland, I was like, yo, this is a hidden gem. Like literally nobody knows about this. And when I was there, of course, being on Tinder, girls are gonna see, all right, this guy looks different. So you're gonna have like an edge, but you can come in and get girls if you got the sauce. You know what I'm saying? Most Americans, we have a culture, we got a way that we act, the music we listen to, the way that we carry ourselves, that they're attracted to. I'm not saying that, the European dudes in Finland or Spain were lame. This is just something different, and it matches with what they see in movies and stuff like that. So you can use that to your advantage, but you still have to have it in you to have the sauce, to physically look good, things like that, for them to get attracted, because we can just throw a random bozo that's American in it, and they're not gonna get no girls. But
exactly.
if you got the sauce, you can. But then when I went out there, I was like, yo, this is crazy. Then Kevin went out there to Finland too. I mean, of course, he already ate in America, but it was like, we went to Kissaholli, which is a gym, and like he was the whole city knew Kevin. He was living in that gym. They're like, there's a dude, bro, it's cold as hell. This man's walking around Finland shirtless. Like you'll get known. But this is what I'm saying. Like it can give you an advantage, but you still gotta have the internal sauce. You gotta have everything. And honestly, there were some dudes that went on that tour that got more girls in Finland than they did in America, but that's because they had the sauce.
And they were rare too, You're talking about guys that you don't see every day.
Exactly.
So it all plays a variable. Yep. Yeah, exactly. It all plays a variable in when you go overseas. And like, this is my thing, like, if there's somebody like these guys that didn't get these type of girls in America, they still got girls. So like, if you expect, you come into these countries and it's way like you're talking about you usually attract an average girl, and you're over here attracting 10s. Just gotta be careful, because these 10s or whoever you think it might be like a hidden motive to that.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why a lot of dudes is getting drugged and robbed, because they're home in Florida, and they're thinking, okay, well, this is what I can get in Florida, and not really much. I'm gonna go overseas, and now there's 10 all of a sudden is, you know, calling me, wants to see me, this and that.
Yeah.
Don't be gullible.
Yeah. And last thing I want to say is every country is different, to be honest, because I've been in countries where they were fascinated that I was American, and then we go to Brazil and they don't give a damn.
Oh yeah, Brazil. Yeah.
Brazil don't care if you from America, you speak in English. Like Brazil don't care about that at all.
They didn't care about that at all. I'll say that. They did not. There wasn't shock. It just was just like whatever.
Like when we went to London, I remember Shorty grabbed me. She was like, "Are you American?" Like,
yeah.
So she was attracted to it. In Finland, they was attracted to it. I'll say more of like Europeans, like just because like I keep saying like the American sauce, the American swag. So if you already got it, and this is from Austin Holloman, he said this. He was like, if you already got sauce, you gonna get what you deserve in these other countries. Like if you. Because sometimes you might be short-armed in America. Maybe it's high competition, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you just not getting what you honestly deserve. You go to the other country and you can start eating a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's more, in my opinion, like when I go to this, I feel like there's just way more girls in general. And maybe that's just my eye, but it just seems like there's a way more like selection, and like all these people have to have like there's basically like less competition for men, and there's a lot of different women. So you're coming in like, so Eric used the example of like, you know, how people from London or women from London or England, they like the American accent. That's very true. Just like American girls love the British accent.
Exactly.
They go crazy.
Yeah.
It's just because
it's giving you it gives you an advantage.
Exactly. It's not like people from the UK really look all that different from Americans. Except for how
you can have a bozo from London come in that look lame as hell, and just because he sound good, they're not gonna mess with you.
Exactly.
So we're just saying like you can use this stuff to your advantage for sure, but don't go into these other countries thinking that you're just gonna step foot on their soil and you're gonna dominate just because of where you're from.
Just where you're from.
Yeah.
I will say this though, and this is for, you know, my guys that look great, put in the work in the gym, this and that, but are a little bit shorter.
Yep.
Now, Latin America is not, as you guys know, is not the tallest countries in the world. So if you take a guy from Miami or from whatever, there's a lot of guys that look great, you know, in shape, but they're not that tall.
Might be like 5'7", 5'8".
Yeah, 5'8". Yeah, if you go to these other countries, you're gonna be average height or above average, and I see a lot of girls, especially like in Brazil. I saw it a lot in Colombia as well.
Colombia for sure.
Yeah, you see a lot of guys that are, you know, 5'5", 5'4", and you see them dating girls
baddies.
that are 5'1", 5'2".
Exactly.
You know, like how it kind of should be really, because in America, you know, we do have an obsession with size and height. You see, you know, girls that are a lot shorter wanting guys that are, you know, 6'3", whatever, and they're 5'1". Like, what you need, you know, you could easily be with a guy who's 5'5", 5'6", but they want the bigger, taller, whatever, you know. So I would say for guys like that who already have their shit together, definitely go, because there's gonna be a lot of options, and you're not gonna be discriminated just because of your size. Because I know that's a big thing for a lot of guys. But another, like, the closing point is like, you still gotta work on how you look. You still have to look the part and be the part. Like, no one knows you're American. You can speak all the English you want. There's a YouTuber, I won't name him. All he does in all his videos in these countries is speak English loud and, you know, be walking around, and literally nobody cares because of how he looks. So just take that with a grain of salt. You know, keep working on how you look. Make sure to check out for the Looks Max. I'm working on it every day. Me and Eric really trying to bring y'all a great, you know, just product that's gonna boost and elevate you no matter what like stage you're in, because we're doing our research, man. We really want to give you a great product. So y'all make sure to stay tuned for that.
Yeah, and then also we're gonna follow this up with the benefits of seeing women from overseas, because you know, we have women scattered all across the world, and they do provide, you know, value, other things that we may not get in America. So just stay on the lookout for that video, and we appreciate y'all boys.